What's happening, friends? Just doing a little video. Say hi. How you doing? Had a lot on my mind lately. How about you? Like, why the hell do I see these and other people don't? Which I'm going to take that back because the neighbor kid last night was walking by. His name's Justin. He's about, I don't know, 12. And I grabbed him up and took him in the backyard and set up my big Thunderbird on the stump. And I said, look at that, buddy. Look at that real close. And he, when he looked at it, he gave that look like, what are you talking about? It's a rock, And then all of a sudden, his face changed. And he seen it. And he's like, whoa, you're going to be rich. I'm like, yeah, and I'm already rich. But check out all these. And I showed him. And we were both in tears after the conversation. It was, I think I needed it more than he did. But, I've been having this problem. There's this 5G tower at the turn where you go, where I find these pretty little arrowhead artifacts. Right when you turn, there's a little Amish school and a 5G tower right across this gravel road. Right there, just right next to it. Just boom, boom. Little kids playing. And then if you look it up, what they suggest, to how far you're supposed to live from them, the health effects. A quarter mile is like, that's not even safe, but that's the recommended, at least live that far away from it because it causes cancer and all kinds of other things that they say they have no idea because there's not been enough research. And if you look up what satellites or the towers do to your health, there's no they don't know because they ain't been out very long, they say. Well, and then you Google how close is it safe to live to a satellite, and it says a quarter mile, so on and so forth. So I stopped out there at that school and talked to one of the ladies in the van, teachers. They don't have no idea who owns that land or what they even are. See the eye? But they have no clue. And they really won't have no clue because they have no way of looking it up because they don't use computers or, phones. But across the highway, not a quarter mile either, is a welding shop with these Mennonite, really nice kids. And I went in there and told them too and asked them if they knew the side of, the health effects living so close to them and whatever. And they had no clue what I was even talking about. And they had 2 computers in front of them. So I brought awareness to the situation, but I don't know if that's enough. To save a kid, I would do anything, including taking my own life. I would do it for a child. I would do it for probably anyone. But I had thoughts of just loading up the truck and ramming into that tower just because, it don't feel right. Just to bring attention to it. Why would a guy do that and have a note written says for the kids? Hopefully I didn't do it in vain. Hopefully my inner feelings were in line with their propaganda and what they're doing. because Alec Baldwin on a Hulu commercial and all them funny people that like to tell us what they're doing, like conspiracy style, said that there's no way we can stop it. They're taking over the world, and they're going to give you free movies so you can watch them free at home anywhere you go while they're softening your brain so they can eat it. That's what he says. What are you going to do? Shut them off? You're going to shut your TV and computer off? And he laughs. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, right. He's kind of right though. I mean, unless we experience something really bad that involves that, until it happens, which will be too late. If we don't address it now, it will be better than later. I would have never met any of you. You know, there's a lot of positive stuff that comes out of this. You know, I got my business. Wouldn't function without being on the internet. But if it's causing cancer and depression, and the list goes on, to kids and to people like us and to old people who don't even use phones, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. And I just recently realized when you get a new cell phone, how many people read the you know, the fine printing, the fine writing, you know, all the warnings and about answering your cell phone, putting it up to your ear. It's like putting your head in the microwave, right? Just like that, radiation. Carrying it in your pocket, radiation. Big time. Well, I've done it my whole life. Yeah, well, I did too when I was working welding. Yeah, I did. I carried it around in my pocket, and I had something the whole time, something going on with my testicles. Weird. They'd swell up, and I wouldn't feel good, and well, start working at home. Quit carrying it around my pocket. They don't hurt anymore. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know if these pretty little guys, I'd hate to think that it was something bad that made these because they're so beautiful. So I really can't believe that. But they are something that would make an old hillbilly come off the grid or on the grid to share his passion and think he's doing good for mankind when they just need to draw in anybody they can to be around these frequencies. So it affects their brain, so they have more of a chance to control us. I don't know. Just saying, they've got these weapons for the military already and all this stuff that we've never even heard of. This stuff we've heard of, we're using it, and we don't know nothing about it. We want to talk about problems, saving the world, waking people up, but we have to wake up first. You know what that means? It doesn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Symbolism was created to trigger your spirituality, to make you seek your purpose, your creator, the reason you're here, you know, the purpose of your life. Fluoride in the water. Nobody seems to talk about that either. It's not for your teeth. Fluoride, you mix, got toothpaste and then you drink the water. You mix the two, you got so much percentage of fluoride, poison. They're putting poison in our water, and everybody's okay with it. It's not for your teeth. But if that's all they have to say to dumb us down and us be okay with it, that's what they did. That's what they do. If we don't stand up and talk about it and tell them we're not okay with it, they're going to keep putting it in it. Why ruin and murder the water? You ever heard of structured water? Structured water is what like comes down off the mountains, like a natural springs. That's structured water. Huh? Yeah. It's actually alive. But by the time it gets pumped through all these pipes and all the chemicals and all that, water is like murdered before it even gets to our house. It's like dead, non-structured water with fluoride in it. Okay. Water is life. Think about that. Water is life. And I'm just learning that trees are alive, water is alive, everything is alive and has a vibration. So, these cell phones have the same frequency as our brains. Mind control has been done against American people before. Experiments. Bill Clinton's apologized and tried to earn the government's trust back from the people because of an experiment that has to do with this I'm talking about. Anyways, I just wanted to share some thoughts on that stuff and tell you guys no matter what, you gotta stay positive, love your brothers and sisters as much as you can. And you can't do that without loving yourself first and knowing what love is. As soon as you become love, you know how to love, you know what I mean? Because you know what it is. And it's a little more than just a word. It's a little more than just a feeling or a commitment. Love is a whole list of things. So until next time, I talked a little more than I did show. But I just want y'all to know that I love you. And I love me. And I love my life. And I'm already rich. I'm already famous. I'm already free. So be it. And just think about what I said. Maybe you could Google it. Google ain't gonna tell you though. It's all set up that way. This ancient civilization, advanced civilization we're exposing right now. They're not gonna tell you about them, but they can't hide it. I don't know if there's been like good guy takeover to where they're letting us wake up on our own because it's free will. So it's up to us whether we want to keep believe in the narrative, presidents and all this stuff, or do we want to be our own sovereign non-citizen? All these words mean something. Citizenship, American citizen, all this stuff means something, and we don't know what it is because, well, taxes are voluntary. I just learned that. I didn't know it was voluntary. They won't tell you that either. You even get locked up for not paying them. But they say they're voluntary. There are 2 United States of Americas. I don't even know I'm not even that knowledgeable right now when it comes to this stuff, but I know it's real. I know that everything we're watching on TV, I know Ben Carson plays a part on both sides of the fence. He plays 2 parts. Ben Carson on one side and another person on the other side against the same team he's on. So, maybe it's not just in the rocks. Maybe if we look closely at other things that we've watched our whole life, we'll see a different picture now because of these rocks. Because Ben Carson is a Democrat and a Republican. He just camouflaged himself really good. I know this for a fact. But it's beside the point. You people out there that got a heart, which is everybody, I imagine, does it beat? As long as it beats, stand up for what's right. Stand up for truth. Love yourself. Later.